So a little bit of background about today. It's been several decades since you were a senior at Cadillac High School, is that right?
Right, it was in 1952 that my draft number was coming up. And I was 17 at the time, but at 18 my number was up for draft, and I was only a month away from my 18th birthday, so I had a choice to make whether to stay in school and get drafted into the Army, and at the time I didn't feel I could pull a trigger on another person, so my choice was to go into the Navy, and I'm glad I did.
Okay, so put off graduation from Cadillac High School and go right to Navy boot camp. What was that like?
It was a good place to change a kid into a man, and that's what happened to me, I believe. You know, my whole outlook on life was different by the time I got out of boot camp. You know, I was a sailor. I was serving my country, and it was just an overwhelming amount of pride to be able to do that at the time. When I went in, I really didn't realize it was that much of a responsibility, but it's a responsibility you learn in a hurry.
So after boot camp and after that process, what was your experience in the Navy, and where were you stationed throughout the years?
Well, after boot camp, I was transferred to Newport, Rhode Island, and I was assigned to radio school, and I became a radioman. Then I was assigned to ship, and when I went aboard ship, I was teletype was the latest thing out, and we just got a new teletype aboard ship, and that was the greatest thing in the electronics at the time. And then after being in a radioman for about a year, I was in an auto accident. We carpooled from the ship to Providence, and the driver was from Georgia, and he wasn't used to driving on icy roads, and it was freezing rain that day. And the car went into a spin and hit a telephone pole, and it threw me out of the car into a big oak tree, which gave me severe head injuries, and I couldn't wear headphones anymore because of the tremendous headaches that I got from it. So they transferred me to supply, and cook was discharged, and they didn't have a replacement, and they wanted to know if I would become a cook. And about a year after that, they asked me if I wanted to take the exam, so I took the exam and I passed, so I became a cook, and the ship was scheduled for dry docks in Brooklyn, New York, and that's where I had to make my decision whether I was going to stay in the Navy or get out, and I missed Cadillac, so I came back home.
So after all this took place, and you finally got out in '56, and you came back to Cadillac, did you ever think that you would come back and finish with the high school and get your diploma?
Well, while I was aboard ship, I finished my high school with the United States Armed Forces Institute, and they said that I had my high school education after that, and it wasn't until recently I was talking to the American Legion, and they told me that I was eligible for my high school diploma, and that's where I am now. I'm writing a book for my children and grandchildren, and I thought it'd be kind of nice to have a diploma and put in my book. I don't know. I guess that's the main reason why I followed through with it. Other than that, yeah, the pride of having a diploma, sure. But the way I was treated is. They were fantastic. I couldn't tell you how great they were. I was king of the day, and just fantastic.
How was that ceremony today?
Well, it brought tears to my eyes. It was really nice, and it just the pride of being in the Navy just welled up in me. You know that they appreciated it that much, and they were doing all that they were for me. And well, there's certainly a lot of pride involved here, but as much as the pride itself as the people behind it were so overwhelmingly kind to me and treated me like I was royalty, and really honored me for my service years equal to the diploma, and that was a lot of pride. In my heart and my mind, I always knew I had it after going through the United States Armed Forces Institute, but this puts the frosting on the cake for me.